I was going really well with my relationship with God. Like it was growing. I don't think it was a relationship yet, but it was growing. I was still learning to trust in Him, and yeah, I was moving towards having a real relationship with God. And that was going for about 3 months. But then I ended up starting to fall back into some past sins with some friends and stuff like that. And I really struggled living back at home. I'd never been a person that could be peer pressured into things. It was always my decision. So I don't blame anyone for it. But I just started falling back into past sins, and it really hurt my growth with God. It really affected that growth. And I even made the decision that I said, God, I'm doing these things again, but I don't want it to affect my relationship with you. And it was like, no matter what I do, I'm still gonna love you. But it cannot work like that. It doesn't work, because you cannot have two gods. And it was, even though I had made that mental decision, actions speak louder than words. And by me going back to these past sins, going back to these past things that I do, it was me deciding that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to live my life this way, and I was saying no to God. I was saying no. And so, but in my mind, I was like, no, I'm still going to be a Christian and all this stuff. So I became what I didn't want to become. I became a massive hypocrite. I became that Christian, not living the Christian life, but I'd still speak it out. I'd be like, yeah, I'm a Christian. I go to church now, and I want to get baptized and all this stuff, but I wasn't living the life, and that really hurt me. And so while I was going through that, I knew that man, like this isn't working. This is crazy. So this was leading up to me moving away to Canada. My mind of moving to Canada, I didn't ask God at all. I was just like, I asked myself, where can I have the most fun? I just want to get out of this town. I want to get out of this town and just have a lot of fun, and I just want to escape this. And I remember just before leaving, I had a prayer. I just like, God, if you want this to be a relationship, if you want me to come back into relationship with you, you're going to have to put friends in front of me. You're going to have to put Christian friends in front of me that are going to encourage me, because that's what I really struggled with back at home, with not having anyone to talk about God about. Like, I had church friends, but I didn't have any friends that I'd hang out with after church, or that I'd catch up during the week, or I didn't have any of that. And I was like, man, if this is going to be something for me, I need some legit Christian friends. So I ended up moving to Canada, me and my three brothers, and it was crazy on the flight over. So we got to the terminal in Sydney Airport. I remember seeing this guy walking along, and he sat down in our terminal, and he was just like at our gate, and I remember thinking, oh, here's this Australian going to Canada as well, probably going to Whistler, and he's just going to be partying away and just going crazy and all this stuff. He was like, whatever. But I wanted to talk to him. I don't know why. I just wanted to talk to him though. And I was like, no, whatever. I'm not going to talk to him. And then we get onto the flight, and he's a couple rows in front of us. I'm like, that's crazy. All right, that's a cool coincidence, whatever. And I was like, I want to talk to him though. And so, but I didn't talk to him. So we arrive in Canada, hanging out in the airport for a couple of hours, waiting for our bus to come to take us up to Whistler. And I walk on the bus, and that dude's on the bus. And I'm like, no way. And I was like, man, this guy's shady. I thought he looked so shady. I was like, this guy, no, why would I even want to talk to him? And so we do the whole bus ride up, and that was on Saturday. And we were crazy blessed by the church. My brother thought of contacting the church before we got here, and he was like, hey, me and my brothers are moving up to Whistler. Is there anyone in the congregation that rents houses? And our pastor just said, yeah, here's 5 people. Here you go. And we're like, oh, this is too easy. This shouldn't be that easy. So we had a house lined up for the first month of us living there. So we get there, and I was like, man, well, the church has done this. We should probably go to church, just to see the people that have helped us out and stuff. So I remember walking into church the next day after I arrived, and that dude's at church. I'm like, yo, you're that sketchy dude that I saw at the airport, and he is now my best friend. He is now my truly best friend. Like, we've done life, we've grown in the Lord, and it was God just putting these people in my life. But before I even knew it, he'd answered the prayer, and I didn't even know what, like, knew that he had answered it. And it was just crazy. And from there, just it was wild. Our church here in Whistler usually has about 15 young adults every winter, and within the first month that we had arrived, there was like 40 young adults, and it was just crazy. And that's when it went from religion to me, my, like, God just being my parents' God, or just like being me following a bunch of rules, to this is a true relationship, because I had those friends that were in my life and just encouraging me. I finally found, or God put it in my life, those friends that were going to encourage me and to go deeper with the Lord and just really seek Him. And that's when I truly found relationship, and it was the greatest thing that I ever found. It's the best relationship you can ever have. It's a rock that never moves. It's that relationship that no matter what happens in your life, He's there to lean on, and He's that endless joy and peace and love, and like, you can just, it's nothing but amazing. It's nothing but amazing just to have that rock that you can always lean on and just trust that He's there. And yeah, so it was having those friends that I could go snowboarding with, I could go biking, I could go hiking, we'd hang out all night, and then we'd have a Bible study and we'd go to church, and it was just amazing having that group of friends around me to just to encourage me.